Hello and welcome to Stephen Allen, Almost Daily. I'm Stephen Allen. This is a day. Keep coming, keep coming. What more could you possibly want? Hello. Oh, look at this, nearly in the flipping shot. Hello and welcome to Late Night with Stephen Allen. So, this is the regular streaming show where I go through and take a look at the news. Normally, it's a midday thing. Childcare happens, which means we can't do it at midday for various reasons. But I know what you're thinking. Childcare on a Saturday? What are you in, some sort of dumb idiot, Steve? And I say, back off. Jeez. No need for that tone. No, it's Friday show. Couldn't do Friday show for whatever reason. I don't know. I've been asleep since then. So I was left with one spare. And we're cashing it in now. Welcome along to your Saturday night entertainment. It's a Friday live and loose, but on a Saturday, we did this last week. It's all very messy and all over the place. If you would like to join in with a chit chat as we go through tomorrow's news, today's news, and a mixture of all that kind of whatever's in between today and tomorrow. I don't think scientists have found it yet. You can get involved by taking a look at the chat. YouTube.com/Mr. Stephen Allen. At Mr. Stephen Allen, one of those. Joodles is here. Oh, it's that thumbnail again. It is. I think I can. I think I've permanently loaded in one of these. I'm not really a gold jewelry kind of guy as well. You can tell. Normally I go for. I mean, it looks silver, but it's platinum. Because I'm a dick. Because it is bizarre, isn't it? You spend more on something that looks like less. But there you go. I think that actually encapsulates everything of how my brain works. I just noticed she's not afraid of wearing silver, is she? In the background, she's shiny. Her job in the nightclub is to turn around slowly. She is the disco ball. Hello and welcome. Yes, that's the picture of me looking quite late night. I'm not quite going to get that level of chest wig out. Oh, that's a shame for you, isn't it? And Ems is here saying, well, hello. Well, hello. Join me on the perv cam. Hello. I forget that when we do the late night colouring, this makes it like I'm jaundice. I've been recently watching quite a lot of episodes of House. Right now, you'd be worried about my kidneys, my liver. Oh, Web Squirrel sent a gift. Ems has sent a gift. Does that show up in the chat? No, that's unfortunate for you, isn't it? For me. Thank you for the gifts. I'm not sure what I received. Web Squirrel sent Jammin for 200 joules. Thank you. Can we just check? Jammin, as in, what kind of jammin is this? Is this, like, how does Bob Marley like his donuts? Is it that one? Or is it, like, jammin? What are you jamming in? Is the question that I hope you do not answer on the live stream. And Ems says, sent Laughing Disco for 250 joules. Worth it, because she is your mirror ball. You want to break her, you get more than 7 years bad luck. What? Thank you. During the show, if you'd like to do, I don't really understand what that is yet. I keep promising myself as I go to bed, I'll read all the rules on how you make money on YouTube. By the way, there is some details coming. Not in today's show. I didn't get time to load it in. I can now flog products. There's some interesting ones that are available to me. I'm not sure how I've done it. We need to ask Ems. Yes, Ems. What are you jamming in? Is that what we're asking, Ems? Choodles, are you the one making some sort of casting aspersions about the capacious nature of Ems? Normally, you're defending her. You're defending her honor. What was that Frankie Howard thing? He offered his honor, she honored his offer, and all night long he was honor and offer. That one. Keeping it up to date with the latest material. Frankie Howard, Struth. Right. Let's do a refresh of the front pages for tomorrow. We'll see which ones have loaded in. We'll do more of these as we go on, but we start off with the front pages. Front pages. Front pages. Don't know it. Sorry. We can start today with the Sunday Telegraph. I've not read these yet. Let's go through them together. Make the most of your inherited wardrobe. All right. I could if you wanted. I still have some of the clothes that the home gave me after Dad passed away. I'm not necessarily sure they'd fit me. By the end, he was considerably shorter than I am. What are you going at, Daily Telegraph? Why? What a weird thing. This is the Daily Telegraph that is obsessed with not having an inheritance tax system, because the people who own the Daily Telegraph do not want to have to pay inheritance tax. The people who read the Daily Telegraph were probably likely to fall into the group of people, the cohort who might have to pay it. Was it 7% of estates? Everyone else, very unlikely to be troubled by this. And yet people are angry about the idea of inheritance tax. And now, enjoy the wardrobe before Andy Burnham comes along and tries to nick your granny's pants. I think that's where they're going with that one. Water firms to charge more in droughts. Previously on the show, I've been angry at water companies because they are bad. They go, oh, what we like, we don't have the system, we don't have the infrastructure to cope with turds. And it rained, so we're just going to open this, and all the turds go out into the waterways. So much so that people who do wild swimming, ordinarily a bunch of people that I would not be defending, wild swimmers, what are you, nuts? We've invented technology to make swimming pools. There's a reason swimming pools stink of chlorine. It's not because anyone's like, this would be great, but could we make it smell more like I'm about to be gassed in World War I, please? No one's ever said that. And it's not because people like the smell of chlorine. It's because it kills off all the diseases, and you don't get gammy eye, trench foot, scrotch rot, whatever. I think that's one of those hot chili peppers, isn't it? So, crotch rot, jock rot. What's a jock rot? Not a crop. There's a thing, isn't there? Thankfully, I'm not massively up to date with the latest medical procedures on crotch, stroke in your crocs. Ooh. But no, I've lost what I was talking about. No, the point. So, right, wild swimming. Why? Why would you? Where's the area? If you look at the topology of this Earth, you got the land bits, and we are land mammals. Yeah, it's all very well. But where are the bits that have like breeding diseases and mosquitoes and all those ones? Can we get those ones, please? Can you find me somewhere that's like a algae-strewn source of cholera? Could you get me some of that? I'm going to go swim in that. So ordinarily, these people, I would be praying that Darwinism just trims off the edges. But you made me side with you because the water companies are so bad. Wild swimmers were told not to swim with their mouth open. Again, what are you screening for plankton? What? Oh, whales do it. God, I'm on a rant. We need to do this on early doors today.
Daily rant.
So again, I've gone back to hating wild swimmers. But still, they deserve the ability to be pillocks without accidentally getting a turd in the mouth. A turd in the mouth is worth two in the bush. And you don't want one in your bush either. Oof. Why would you go wild swimming? There's a chance you're going to get a turd in your bush. So anyway, I hate wild swimmers, and somehow water companies are worse. And then they do this thing where they just keep leaking the water. No, what we like. We got all these leaks. What? Spend money on it? Nah, because we've got the dividends to pay. So we do that. And then you can't use your hose pipe. Not that I was going to use my hose pipe anyway, but I like to not use my hose pipe due to gardening negligence, not because some water company tells me I'll be fined $1,000 for using my own hose pipe. First, I'd have to buy a hose pipe. But the point is, I want the freedom. You can prize my hose pipe out of my wet, dead hand. It's not, I'm just not dead. I've just been lying on it for too long. No, I do that because it makes it feel like, anyway, we'll talk about it. And now there's a drought on, so water firms to charge more. Literally, they will charge us more at their time of their greatest failing. No, it's getting me. This is a bad level of, my cortisol's up. Oh. Judel says, is that because I can't pronounce Scrotch Roch? Judel says, unusual second album. Yeah, the Scrotch Roch crop. The grot. You scrotch crotch. Scrot rot. Jock. Something. It's a thing, isn't it? I'm not the only one who's had it. I've not had it. I had ringworm once. That's a different story. Not there, thankfully. On my arm. Which is surprising because do you want some facts? Ringworm, not actually a worm, not actually on your ring. And yet, the other worms that aren't called ringworms, where you'll see those poking their head out? It's just a badly named system, isn't it? There's a clip for later. Web Squirrel says that's Nuneaton. What, Scotch Roch? Up the A1, Scotch Roch Corner. You don't want to get a rash on Scotch Roch Corner. We've all been there. You've had a lady of the cloth for dinner, Squirrel. Come on, that's it. None eating. Now she's going home. None going home. By the way, lady of the cloth. It's another one of those phrases that should actually mean something else, isn't it? I had to dash there and had a bit of a lady of the cloth moment. You're getting censored all over the show, Ems. Is it just because of your accent? I'm not sure how it can tell it by your typing, but I think we know, don't we? We know. Because you go like, you start off your sentences with, "Why I pet man, you know," and we do know. I know, and I even put clothes on. Well, no wonder you're being censored. We're having none of that. On a hot day like today, get rid of them. Votan, Steve, are you George Galloway's love child? I mean, I hope not. Of course, George Galloway's Love Child, a great band, latest album from George Galloway's Love Child. That one actually was more like Adrian Charles when I was trying to do John Peel. Censored. I know I look good, but FFS. You got censored, Charlotte. Thanks for joining us, by the way, Charlotte. Charlotte's here. Votan's here. I need to find a way of seeing these censored ones. None eaten. I hardly knew her. OMG, badum tish. You never forget your first one. Well, you might. Alan says, no offense, mate. Good start. Strong start. I'm worried where the rest of this is going. Don't talk yourself down. You have a hose pipe. How? Did you think your swimmers do? Didn't you do well in your garden? Well, no, my garden's all right, actually. I've gone for the dry, arid look, and it's coming on nicely, thanks. And then Squirrel, but the other Squirrel says, hello, everybody, peeps. Keeping it fresh. I can't judge you for the longevity of your references. I opened with a Frankie Howard bit for some reason. Not quite sure how we got there. That's right. Should we see what else is on the front page? I'll try, but it's flipping hard to read this. Hang on. Now, that makes it worse because I don't actually wear glasses. So, no, that's yeah. Prop glasses do not help. That's what we know there. Ooh. And Reform, hang on. Ooh, look at this. Reform unveils plan to save $50 billion a year in benefits shake-up. A Reform government would... Yeah, but this is the beauty already. That's how far I've got into the sentence before I have to point out, likely to be part of a coalition, which means you absolutely get to not deliver on all the sticky points of your manifesto. Your sticky wickets don't have to come, you don't have to follow through, do they? Anyway, sorry, I've poo-pooed earlier. I'm as bad as the water companies. Deuce, the biggest welfare, it says Deuce right there. They're like the water companies as well. Shake-up in a generation by scrapping key benefits to save £50 billion a year, Robert Jenrick said. Writing in The Telegraph, Mr Jenrick, the Treasury spokesman for Reform UK, said the current system was akin to... I mean, you can't say that on YouTube, can you? Why have one of the modern catchphrases of politics be a thing you can't YouTube? They've planned that badly. And he's quite the social media guy. He's flipping Batman of Stratford, isn't he? Stratman. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Diddle-a-dun. Diddle-a-dun-dun-dun. Thank you to my son for deliberately leaving that in here. That was originally bought as a toy for the shed, so that whenever he was in the shed, he had something to play with. Like and subscribe, but you can't read it. And as it happened, he loved it so much he kept it in the house for 2 years, and now he's finally brought it back for me. Also, there's another Batman around here somewhere, but I can't see it. That in the background was meant to be another show playing. I thought, why give you the miniature version of this show? Just do another one. But the screen's gone off. And there's Transformer. You're up to date. All over the shop. All over the shop. Where's Bumblebee? I just showed you. Almost daily. That's a Proton, by the way, if you wanted to guess the type of car. No one ever does. My dad had one. And we're back. Thank you. I'm not sure if you can say that word on YouTube. Here goes the monetization. Miles spared prison under Labour's sentencing laws. But, now the big fear was Labour were releasing the worst kind of criminals onto the street. And there's a story here. We can bring it in early doors. Most Brits reckon letting lags out of jail early would be a bad move. Good lordy, the cleverness. 8% support the scheme. I don't know, I've not looked at the stats, but I think 8% of the public are probably the criminals in prison. That's just the locked up turkeys voting to not be in prison anymore. I don't know why I brought turkeys into it. Just 69% are against the controversial move. Some 68% aren't confident in the... So there's 1% who are confident in the government but think the government scheme is a bad idea. Make your fucking minds up. I'm just so angry. So most people think letting prisoners out of prison would be a bad idea. Deep, controversial stuff. What can the government do? Because they're in trouble now. They've let some murderers out. If there's a recidivism rate to worry about. If that happens, it will look like it's the government's fault. What can the government do to make sure this type of wrong'un hasn't been released? That's right. Never send them to prison in the first place. Hey, great. Mars and domestic are being spared jail under. By the way, I'm saying that to stop the algorithm having a problem with the words I use. I've not. You don't need to call an ambulance. He's having a stroke live on air. I mean, it might be, but not like that. Offenders who would be previously have spent as long as a year in jail. How do you only get a year for that? Now, so many punchlines that even I don't want to do. But do you know what I mean? How can you do that crime and some judge go, yeah, but come on, fair play, grass on the pit. No, it's not that. But you know what I mean? No, you should always get longer than that for that, shouldn't you? This world's gone crazy. Hello, don't write that one. Censored before I've even warmed up. And believe me, you don't want to see me warmed up. That would be like the raunchy version of the Hulk. Don't make me warmed up. You wouldn't like me when I'm warmed up. And then when they do like Avengers Assemble, what's your secret? I'm always warmed up. Where's Bumblebee doing that? Hey, Charlotte, it's a squirrel. I found those Ferrero Rocher you wanted. Well, they look like Ferrero Rocher. Oh, God. Where did you find them? If this is down the back of the sofa, it's a different thing. It's just what happens when dust collects. Don't dip it in chocolate, you weirdo. Bumblebee or not Bumblebee? Proper Memes asks the question. Alan says, speaking of garden, when we were, song Cotton Eye Joe was a favourite song of the ladies of the night. They get to do a sexy dance with garden tools hoedown. You've done it. You've named a song. Cotton Eye Joe song. Chords. It knows exactly what I want to. Ukulele. I've spelled ukulele wrong, but it'll work it out on it. By the Rednecks. Probably couldn't call a band that anymore, could you? Then again, as I say, down in Kent, when I was living in Kent, I was surprised you go into their shops and they do a thing called a Kentish Gypsy Tart. 3 words. 2 of them you can't say. The other one is like 1 letter away from not being able to say it. Hang on. I'll go straight to the chorus. I ain't doing all this. And I've been for Cotton Eye Joe. I've been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Wasn't worth it. Somehow, we found out that song is not as good as Jolene. Alan says, I wouldn't jet lag out of jail. I hardly knew him. Hello, squirrel. Perfect, thank you. Hopefully they are extra, and I don't know what that emoji is. Hang on. No, that doesn't help. They don't have a prescription in them. Coalition government, Votan says, coalition government has wrecked European countries like Germany and the Netherlands. Yeah, I know. That's what we'll get when we have proportional representation. Because if you met people, do you know what I mean? Free the M's got. Is she still banned or all blocked up? What's the thing? You all blocked up there? Proper Beam says Philip E. Schofield. Phil, yeah. It's not like they are being sent to prison for the. Oh yeah. But he did end up on Channel 5, which in some ways is worse than prison. Now, that would have been funny about when I was on BBC Two. These days, it's not funny, is it? Web Squirrel, Kentish Gypsy Tart is my what 3 words location, my drag name, and my safe word phrase. Boom! A threefer. I was on the old 5 Live the other day. I put forward the theory that we should be building prisons that are also nuclear power stations and reservoirs on top. The reservoir could help to cool the nuclear thing because they use water. And yes, there would be some radiation, but guess who gets that? The prisoners. Win, 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 win. I don't know why Adrian Charles doesn't take me seriously. It's because he's too busy playing the latest song with Kentish Gypsy Tart. Safe word. This isn't Friday, though, Squirrel. They know it is. It's the Saturday version of a Friday. She's the very woman for the job. Ems. Get that dill... Get the dildo wife onto it. Keep her busy. I'm glad that you remember the story of me interviewing someone who cooked with... I think they were cooking with peas, and they made a dough. They made a pea bread and won an award for their pea bread. And I, foolishly, as a child, you can't really tell when you watch this thing, but I'm quite childish. I know you'd never get it. You think this serious broadcaster, this journalist, but I can be sometimes under the right conditions, with a favourable wind and probably some sort of energy drink going into me. I can be quite childish. And through the entire interview, I got her to say pea dough quite a lot. And then at the end of it, I asked her if she thought about cooking with dill, just forever. So we're all on the same page about all that. But it's worth remembering, just to make me look worse. I wasn't some grown-up woman who did this. It was like a 12-year-old who won an award. And no wonder the producers were like, that's funny. I don't work there anymore. Charlotte says, squeal like a pig. All right. This show is turning into a scene from Deliverance. Thank you. Thank you. Who said that? And I loved it. Proper memes. No, it's not. Black. Hang on, where's this going, Paul? I'm pre-reading this one. Not going to get away with that. What is Deliverance? I don't follow popular culture. I'm above all that. Lost it. I used to be playing. There's a podcast where I play that once. Squeal like a pig because of Deliverance. I get it. No, I get it now. No, I see. Was Joe a snake handler? Fanar. What's happened there? And is Em still struggling? Are you still? This is an uphill battle for you. Sounds like Brass Eye, the pedo thing. Yeah, this is actually BBC Radio Kent, a full interview with a real person. I don't work there anymore. Bare necessities. It's been a while since we've done this one. Simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries. Hang on. Forget about your worries and your strife. Charlotte says, Paul. Actually, dildo and pee-do jokes is good, says Brit. Was expecting pee-pee joke. Oh, I'm above that. Oh, Brit. Oh, well, normally we see eye to eye, but I've never thought, not PPI. That's something you can claim for. You blue jammed them. I did something. Jamming. Well, I received a gift about my jamming earlier. Let's get back into the front pages. Have we done one front page so far? I should do this show every day. I enjoy it. Well. The Sunday Express. Triple lock is vital to ward off pensioner poverty, says pensioners? Let's have a look. An alarming, right? Ooh, alarming. Listen, everything's alarming now. There was a heat wave yesterday, and I think the nation dropped to its knees and received a text about it. But not even like a normal text, one of those. This is clearly going to be my newspaper column and my Substack tomorrow. But honestly, there was the bit where, because I remembered the training version. A few years ago, they tested the service, didn't they? And so I recognised the sound straight away. As soon as it went beep, I thought, oh, great. They've dropped the bomb. This is the 3-minute warning. This is what we've been training for, guys. Mattresses up against the wall. That's because I watched Whistle Down the Wind, not because I was going to do Standing Up Nookie. Not if you've only got 3 minutes left. An alarming rise in the number of single pensioners falling into poverty should shatter the myth that older people have never had it so good. Oh, and I forgot, because two things can't be true at the same time. I forgot about that. Sorry, The Express. I've been going around like an absolute dumb thinking that two things could be true at the same time. That you could both have more pensioners in poverty. There's more pensioners. Ergo, you will have more pensioners in poverty. But let's not just look at absolute numbers. Let's look at relative numbers. Even if it's true that we have relatively their relatives or something like that, they've got more pensioners in poverty. It can also be true that you can have more pensioners not in poverty doing all right. And if you means test it, take the money from the ones that don't need it, give it to the ones who do, you'd solve the problem of pensioners being in poverty. For some reason, I don't want to do that. For some reason, I don't know. Rights campaigners for the elderly say this proves why the triple lock is so important. Does it? Does it? Because what you could, I think I've just explained what you could do, but you can also get rid of that 2.5% one. You can have a double lock. It's not as good as a triple lock. It's not as good as a quadruple lock. It's better than a single lock. That is my negotiating strategy whenever we come around to talking about this. Wow, it's been a while. The Daily Express having Princess Diana on the front page. Flipping takes me back, that does, doesn't it? Do you reckon that was just left over? Like they've got an auto thing on their desktop publishing. If they leave a space, it just... Iconic Diana dresses revealed among Palace archive. See pages 24-25. Fine, thanks. Ha-E of H. Char. And Charlotte says, Chris, the glasses make your singing better. No way. Should we try it again? What are some of the songs we do on the show? Here's a little song I wrote. You might want to sing it note for note. Don't worry. Be happy. In this life, you'd very well thing. Everybody down, don't worry. Be happy. Can't hear the difference. Think you're wrong there, pal. Eat more curry and benefit from the triple log. Votan. The 3 mins is often plenty, says Joodles. Not up against a wall. What we're talking about? Alan, that place in Kent, Roger Day, doesn't work there either. Well, no, to be fair, it is true to say that Roger Day no longer works for BBC Radio Kent and Stephen Allen no longer works for BBC Radio Kent. I'd like to think for very different reasons, given that what he is dead. I remember working on the day we did the tribute to him, so is this death? Have I died? This is not the good place, is it? If I've died and I ended up live streaming late nights when I should be gigging in my shed, best case purgatory. You know what I mean? PM, ooh, naughty. So Steve says, what's happening here? I baked some herby savoury pastries. Yeah, dill. I think if I leave a space, the subtitles will get it. I call them dill, dough, nuts. Inflation is not the same for pensioners, and the pension is small, so the whole triple lock is a red herring. Means testing generally costs too much. Yeah, but this is the whole point of having like the universal credit thing, isn't it? We were meant to have a system to means test, so that means testing, which is obviously going to be better on the back end, the data would be better. The only reason you don't do it is because it's costly to do it. Do it once, job done. It seems bizarre that instead we go, well, actually, because of our dumb system, it's cheaper to just give away money to people who don't need it. Can you play I'm Horny by Moose T, says Web Squirrel. I'm hoping to have it played at my funeral. It's what I would have wanted. Let's have a look. I don't know if it's got... Do you reckon... Horny. Moose T. Ukulele chords. Okay. Yep, it's there, because the internet is hell. Oh, B flat, C sharp, jog on. No, if I'd have plugged the keyboard in, we could have had that one. Actually, it's just those three chords going round and round again. B flat, C sharp minor, sorry, B minor, C sharp minor. So what, we're just going up and then to F from there. Ooh, so we're going up a full tone. Going up a full tone. I barely met him. No, you know what? No. Turns out I can't. Imodium rules, says Chris. Good luck. A Kentish man of Kent. Yes, well, you live on the border. I was in Gravesend, so I can't remember. I think I was just a Kentish man, wasn't I? A fitting tribute. After a curry, nothing log light for me, says Paul. I need a drink in a minute. All right. By the time I'm a pensioner, I'd be happy to have a door lock. I'll tell you what, who needs a door lock? Everyone going on about having 3 curries. Bobby McTerry Wagwan. Oh, no, we did. Did you miss? Ole. I forgot the chords. Between your loins, says Votan. Not really sure why. Not with your ED fingers. What does that mean? Do they not? Oh, because of that. You come and go, Votan. Or not of autocorrect is... Right, okay. And any of these words making sense? We will have a go at Bobby McTerry Wagwan. It's a deep layered one, that will be, won't it? If you get anywhere near my kidneys, I'm calling the coppers. If you hit the kidneys, you've gone too far. Back it up, man. You've only got 3 minutes. Alan says that text was about banning BBQs, not dealing with wildfires. Only got an hour's notice on the news. I didn't get any notice at all. And that's a very good point, Alan. There should, because it was such a shock. Because we've only got that noise, the noise you get when Putin drops the big one. Not like he's had curries. We're getting off topic. But there is the panic sound. So what we need is a system where they can warn you that the warning is about to come out. That seems the kind of thing we'd do. Oh, got a text. We're going to get a warning. Beep. I knew it was coming. Wagwan poetry is enough to destroy Wogan poetry, the Earth for a hyperspace bypass, I've heard. OMG, it's translating it for him again. Oh, is it all going foreign? I used to sing it to one of the French teachers. Which one? Burnham should have banned wildfires, not barbecues. Why didn't they think of that? Oh, this government. This flipping government, man. Back to the front pages. We'll take a little look at the next one. The Daily Star is letting me down. Normally it's kind of laughy funny. Oh, look, it's a seagull. Exclusive. A shocking 230 mobiles stolen a day. Phone theft Britain. Well, you know what? The joke's on you, phone thefts, because you're going to nick all these phones. Imagine the din round their gaff the other day. They've nicked 230 phones. Right. It's 7 o'clock. Let's sit down and watch whatever's on BBC One. I wasn't going to start it. I'm not having a barbecue. I'm a thief. I don't have time. Should we actually read the story instead? Brits, not Brit, maybe she is, I don't know, but Brits are having their phones nicked by criminals in huge numbers. More than 83,000 people had their devices snatched across the country last year. The technology's there where they could make them useless. They could, brick them afterwards. They don't. I have no idea why we can't solve this. Obviously, Brit, hopefully you don't have your phone nicked. Ems, I hope you don't have your phone nicked. Because I think we remember where you smuggle it. Oof, dear. No, or if you are mugged, Just ask them to clip their nails first. I don't know. I've never been through that. I don't know what would happen. That's amazing justice. Is it? Je t'aime, of course, says Vatan. He's as bad as Lewis. Who's done what? I turned off notifications on my phone when it was introduced. But that's the problem, though. I feel that that's the opposite side of it as well. I don't want that. But, if I don't want a warning to telling me, oh, it's been warm lately. You know that non-stop coverage you've had about wildfires? Maybe you don't want to start any wildfires. I wasn't going to do anyway, if I'm brutally honest. So it's really not changed my behaviour. But I don't want that. But, if there were 3 minutes left before we all die, I'd want that one. Here's me walking around like an absolute prat. Oh, everyone's running around crying. Oh, well, go and queue in this shop. That's not how I want to spend my last 3 minutes. I want to spend my last 3 minutes on a mattress up against a wall, because that's what they did in Whistle Down the Wind. Admittedly, I only watched Whistle Down the Wind, the adult version. When they used to make films, the adult, it was Whistle Up the Wind. I don't know what. Kate Mossad says, proper memes, thanks for that. Hello, chat, says Mr. Cuff. Jesus Christ, here. Who's done what? Joodles? I'm considering getting my phone modified by Mossad. That would be funny. That's going to read, I love you, of course, Votan. Ah, the old Votan. And I'm here for him reading it. I love you, of course. Are you using tabs and cords? I don't do drugs, sir. Bare necessities. Simple bare necessities. I think it's in tune for once. Do you reckon that's what it is? Oh no, that's setting up for a rego, isn't it? Sorry. I went to the dominant. Well, Billy Connolly would recommend otherwise. Off the cuff. That's the separate section. When, says Votan, the data centers get going and we spied on even more than now, you will get an alert for watching Nick Dixon on YouTube. At least someone gets an alert from YouTube. I am literally subscribed to my own channel, plus watching it on that thing over there. They don't tell me anything. Cuffy, where have you been? Why, are you going to lick him? What? This is... Well, you need to know where he's been, don't you? He could have been anywhere. Put him down. That is getting a bashing tonight from you, Steve. The old four-string demon. Squirrel Feet says, if you were getting mugged and doing really well, convincing the thief that you didn't have a phone, and then the alert goes off. Oh, makes a complete liar out of you. Oh, there'd be egg on your face. Evening all. Has it started yet? Barely. We've done 2 newspapers. Headline has had very naughty comedians, Dixon Cox. Sorry, I've been reading those out without it on the screen. You wrote them. You know what they are. Now, there's a couple of things we've covered this one, actually. A couple of things from the actual newspapers. Oh, actually, we've covered all of these. Oh, this one in the money section. I have an 85% success rate. Meet the witch selling spells to Gen Z. Good on you. No, sometimes you gotta appreciate, game respects game. Someone is successfully conning Gen Zs. Have it. Go on, why not? Julie Aspinall, a self-described witch. Is there any other kind? Is there someone who has successfully achieved a GNVQ in witching? No. All witches are self-described. Rejects applications if she deems a situation hopeless. Then you're not going to make a lot of money from Gen Zs. You're up to date. There she is. I tell you what is hopeless. I don't care how good a vet she is. She's never bringing that thing back. For Gen Z, the future has looked bleak for a while. Why not get conned by a middle-aged woman? That'll really make you feel better. Many struggle to secure a house, a job, or a life partner. Is it any wonder they're turning to magic? Yeah, it is. Of course it is. Of course it is a wonder. Julie Aspinall, a self-described witch. No one else is calling me a witch. has been selling magic products and services for the best part of a decade, but has seen business boom. Yeah, it has found some good marks. The self-described witch helps clients find love, land a job, or get rich for 100. You know, if you're so sure, Julie Aspinall, if that's your real name, she might be self-describing. If you're so sure you can make me rich, I'll pay you afterwards, and I'll pay you twice that. Spell me up, Julie. I saw a massive surge in spirituality after COVID. Nothing like a crisis to make people turn to religion, is it? Younger people got involved. They stopped what they were doing and reflected, getting off the hamster wheel of life. They weren't on that. This is the whole thing. Gen Z can't even get on it. They don't bat an eyelid, which is a shame because I believe that's part of your potion. But if you said you're a witch in the 80s, you wouldn't get a job. And you'd be reported to social services. But now, screw it. Con 'em. Go for it. You shouldn't be allowed to look after goats anymore. Sheep, a ram. I don't know what it is. And we'll get into that in a second. Let's see what's going on in my favourite chat. Can we see if Julie floats? You think she's been eating a lot of fats? That's the great con, isn't it? We're just going to check to see if you're a witch. If you die, good news. If you float, bad news. I buy my spells based on Which Witch magazine. £150 English pounds? Yeah. I don't know why Gen Z can't afford to buy a house. They try and save up a deposit. Obviously, they've got some outgoings, a couple of quid for a coffee, £150 for a spell from Julie. And the next thing you know, there's just no money left at the end of the month. I'm not one of those people who says young'uns these days to spend too much money on avocado toast. I will say they spend too much money on witches. I hate fake witches, says Votan. It gives genuine shaman, like me, a bad name. I have the sight. I can also diagnose illness by feeling them. I've got a hat that says that as well. Which one? I'll check, says Coffee. Who's done what? No, says Coffee. Is she witch recommended? She's a self-recommended witch. Hit those thumbs and subscribe. Thanks, Martin. I always forget that. Witch. If two witches would watch two watchers, which witch would watch which watch? Now you have a go. Yeah? Sitting around judging me for saying things wrong. She turned me into a squirrel. Good God. Oh, how I hate this. Let me count the ways. Yeah. Avocado makes your savings toast. Nice. Right, we've got a little bit more to do. Flipping heck. You're onto something there. German-style plug-in solar panels are coming. Can they save you money? Do they ward off witches? If they do, I'm into it. This is not a funny thing. This is me just saying, here's my dirty secret. You know how during COVID, I just got all sad and I watched loads of calculus videos because it's the only thing that kind of soothed that part of my weird brain. I'm still kind of doing it a little bit. On the way home from doing GB News, I put YouTube on and listened to various videos. Quite often, black pen, red pen, whatever he's called, doing calculus. Still love those. But I've been watching loads of the ones about plug-in solar. I'm excited. Oh, it's not going to be financially worth it, but it doesn't have to be. It's going to look cool. I want me some. You just plug it into your system and it works. Apart from it doesn't work because loads of circuits are set up to trip as soon as there's any voltage going back the other way, and there's isolated things, which means the one time you'd want them is if there's a power cut, and these things shut off if there's a power cut. Great, thanks for that. You're up to date. That's all I wanted to bring your attention to. Before we move on, can we take a quick look at this story from the Telegraph? Ugly dogs, lolling tongues and crooked teeth. Meet the world's ugliest dogs. Don't want to. I like nice dog. Why are you doing this to me? Why? This is like when someone says, oh, it smells horrible. Smell that. Don't want to. No. Among a raft of unsightly competitors, one pug is crowned the most hideous pooch alive. Who walks away from this feeling like a winner? That poor thing is going to be like, oh, oh. I dribbled then. No, I was spot on. Oh. Ginny Lou complete with a string of pearls and a lolling tongue. Haven't we all done that sometimes? Won over the judges. Yeah, I'm in California, where everyone else is beautiful, but look at my hideous dog. That's cruel, isn't it? Why have you got a dog for? Oh, I bought it because she was an absolute minger. Look at the state of this. Oh, I'll be laughing. I'll be getting $5,000 for this little... Yeah. Meanwhile, here's the thing. If you ever enter your dog into a world's ugliest dog competition, let me remind you the saying, dogs look like their owners. You're up to date. On the podium. Good God. It's the stare that does it for me more. No, that's that thing where you use your phone to try and see if you've got a symmetrical face, isn't it? And you get it slightly wrong. That's all that is. Winning smile. Don't take the mickey. You work at the Telegraph. Oh, lordy. That dog is about to turn around to you and say,
"'Cause we once, is it?"
There she is. That's the same one, isn't it? And that one. Yep. Trying to hump your dog, hump your leg. Well, it's the only action you're getting. You're up to date. I'm up to date, Chris. I knew you were up to date. But plug in solar. Smell cheese. That was never a funny joke. Yeah, exactly. Smell my cheese. Vortan says a study of the occult and the role of the wise woman in the trans and queer community. Do you think this would be a good PhD thesis? Cambridge, here I come. She nicked Ethel's dog. Ethel wasn't using it anymore. As the dog just... Well, I don't think you can say that on it. And Little Willie. I don't think you can say that on here as well. How dare you, Mr. Cuff? It's been slightly cold. Steve is looking up German butt plugs. And they just add solar to make it sound better. Ah, solar. Ah, the old solar. Can I copy your thesis, Vortan? Oh, even worse. Thank you, Cuffy. It escaped me for a second there. Its nose has teeth. Yeah. That dog must walk around just going, you smell toothpaste? You smell Mentadent pee? Or some sort of pee? Well, they're dogs. Does anything else but a tongue ever lol? Some of my audiences. It was chasing parked cars and found the exhaust. I was a student in South Wales. There were loads of ugly dogs. Oh. If you bend over long enough... well, I don't know what's happening here. What's Britt asking? In York, I lived in a house with a guy doing a doctorate, if a witch would watch two watchers, on the sociology of Star Trek. He went to Liverpool, John Moore's. Yeah, John Less, more like. There's a burn. How'd you like them apples? So that's a lot of the news done. Before we get further in the news, I've got a quiz to do on the show. Here's the quiz. Do you remember that TV show where what you have to do is work out if something is cake or not cake? What I thought I'd do is get on board with that, and you can take part in the comments. You have to try and work out if this is cake or not cake. As we play Stephen Allen's Cake or Not Cake. What do you think so far? I mean, it's quite easy, isn't it? You got to start somewhere. See if we can. Forgive the colouring. What do you reckon? Cake or not cake? Most people in the comments are going with cake. I didn't think this through, did I? Like and subscribe. Ems and others, thank you. I have been purchased. I had a cake has come my way. Here we are. Thank you for getting me a cake to celebrate. I mean, that's not zoomed out enough, is it? Tastes like cake, if that's in. Paul says it's a cake. Is it an ugly dog? I hope not. I just licked it. Damn you, I really want cake now, says Britt. I want cake now, and guess what? Mother flipping gonna have one. Thank you for getting me a cake to celebrate. It's been a year of doing this. Now, that's one of those, it stings a little. You go, oh, yeah. God, blimey, I'm a year older. And this is what we're doing. But no, this is fun. Thank you very much for getting me a cake to celebrate it. I'm already going to tuck, if you don't mind. That's not in the shot, so I don't want that. Well, I hope it's cake. So thank you very much. Is it halal? I don't know. I'll slaughter it. How do you slaughter your cake? I could do it. That's definitely a biscuit. Well, you can only find out when it gets older, can't you? Says Martin. There's Martin. Definitely a biscuit. Isn't it that cakes go hard when they get older, biscuits get soft as they get older? Therefore, I am technically a biscuit. Thank you. Hash cake. Look at you, Mr. Cuff, being all social media. Like Lewis's stream, sometimes I worry these are a cry for help. Yeah. I don't need any help. I've got a cake. You don't want to know where I smuggled it. Oh, Ems. I think I can smell where you smuggled it. It smells like Middlesbrough. Just don't drop your desk nuts in the cake. That's a completely different show. That's in the members only. On YouTube, you can become a special member. I should be doing some members videos. There are already some members videos on there. Could do something with cake. Depends what you pay. Great thread PM. It looks like layer cake. Hi, Steve. Cake, says Alan. When you show chocolate cake, I thought you would show me something other browns. Well, I'm not sure what you expect from this. That's in the members section. Oh, go on then. Badoom tish yourself. Thank you. I might cook twice, I feel like it. All art is a cry for help, and we all need help, says Paul. I'm not sure this is art. I don't get a government grant, but I don't need to. I got a cake. Thank you for the cake. Did you see the phrase on it as well? Hang on. I'm picking up a cake. Maybe it's a bread bun disguised as a cake. Holy crap. Life's complicated, isn't it? It's a cake. What more do you want? I mean, if the answer's a drink, I've got one down here as well. I've got it all going on. I will have some of that in a bit. Yep. Every time I touch it, I'm getting... Can't go in the house. After being in the shed on my own for a while, covered in white stuff. What are we talking about? Back into the chat. I will join the tier, which is called Steve's Special Member. We're running a 2-tier system. Members videos. Ooh, misses, says Mr. Cuff. I've not thought of that. You are a year older, 3 years younger than me. You lucky hunk. 3 years. I'm catching you up, man. Won't be long. Happy new AD birthday. Thank you, Joodles. And I'm not going to have the energy drink of the day, Martin. Thank you. Yes, we've made it a year. Are you up for doing this for another year? Because I am. I got nowhere else to be. These nighttime ones are really catching on in my head. Mrs. Squirrel calls me a member. Do you need help? Feel free to ask for Angela in the chat. We'll see what happens there. I've got the knife. I didn't take a slice. I'll do that in a bit. How long have we got? Oh, crap. We've got 6 minutes left, and I've only done less than half the show. It really does smell like Middlesbrough. How about we just rattle through some of these stories then? We need a thing where you can get the stories on screen, and you can have the chat on the other side. Why have I never thought of this? What do you reckon? Chat over there, stories over here. My thin little head in the middle. Edwina Brothel defense. Now, the Edwina Brothel defense is a difficult chess move, but worth it. It mainly is just about the pawn. I shouldn't be allowed to improv. Former Tory Minister Edwina Currie, be careful, there's some people, 3 of her, and you'll be pooping yourself, has defended saying that a brothel should be opened near a village set to host asylum seekers. She told Times Radio the obvious thing, 1,200 young men are going to need in a village like Piddington is a brothel. Of course. I've not checked to see what provisions there are in Piddington. I imagine there's something. It might just be one slightly older lady who is self-declared witch. She's going to be busy. She's going to be making money hand over fist. There was something else I wanted to talk about this one. That's why I included it. I have a feeling that it isn't going to be allowed. I don't know. I think... Oh, no, this is what I wanted to say. She makes a good point. You know, there's that story about all of those charities who, like, turn up to Calais to help people onto the boats. If you really wanted to help, come on. You got to go and provide what I like to call the bare necessities, but bare spelt the other way. Wow, without the glasses, I really can't do this. Vodafone giving away SIM cards. I think you want to be chipping in for something else. Meanwhile, this was also a rude story I thought we could talk about. Didn't read it. I'm sure we could read it together. Outdoor pair busted in bushes. Well, we've all done that. I hope you cleaned up after. Not on the begonias. A cop who caught a couple having in bushes and asked what they were doing. They said, we're ging. Fair play. Absolutely on the money. The police officer was on patrol after reports of a man with a nut was heard rustling. He was going in there for livestock. She allegedly spotted a man lying on the ground with a female on top of him in Bournemouth Upper Gardens. I barely even knew her. The court heard that Joshua Wadley, 33, and Holly Hanson-Stewart, double-barreled, thought they were hidden from view. But I do like the fact when asked what's happening here, I'm just making it to 4th base, officer. Thank you for asking. I'll take it from here. Piddington has to go on Kidlington or Banbury. Refugees are welcome here, pointing. Enough about my habits, says Vortan. Piddington porn. Sounds like a kid's TV show. The old Piddington porn. That rightly never got made. I reckon I could have done the theme tune to it on the old uke. Rimmer, I hardly knew her. Who are we talking about? Edwina Currie. I've only met her once. Rooney has applied as an asylum seeker at uke. Yes, if they're old enough. Proper Meme says, Bonnie Blues come for Calais charity. Well, I see what you... It was a shonen knife. Joshua, I didn't even know her, says Martin. Possibly name of brothel, Curry Hot House. No, the thing is, you'd very much get people turning up for the wrong reasons. Hi, can we have a table for 2, please? Yeah. Surely the police was a peeping Tom. They're allowed to. One rule for them, one rule not for me, apparently. That's why I'm banned from Tesco. Tickle on the Tom is near Play Hatch in Oxon. Oh. Yeah, I think you have to pay extra for the Tickle on the Tom. What? What's next? Oh, I could definitely do something on this one. £3,500 up after dog scoffed a toy duck. A dog was saved by vets after he swallowed a 6-centimetre rubber duck. Again, look, £3,500. What's it? A French bulldog, TJ, named after his favourite hooker, had no idea he'd eaten a toy. Libby Berwig, 28, took him to be seen only after he was repeatedly sick, and every time he was sick, something's wrong with the dog. No, it's not. Is he trying to throw up? French bulldog. French bulldog price. £600. I could have saved you £2,900. You're welcome. MoneySavingExpert.com, Stephen Allen. One for the kids. Do you know the dog? They should have to point that out. We can save his life for £3,500. Oh, is there nothing else you can do? Well, for £600, we can get you a different dog called TJ. Is it already called TJ? No, we'll just change it. It's a dog. Oh, I'm torn. So will the dog be if we don't do something about this massive duck making its way out of its arse. Play hatch sounds interesting. Again, I think you've got to pay extra for that one. I wouldn't have paid. I'm tighter than a duck. We had a brothel in What? Bogdan, you had a brothel in the carpet shop in Yeovil. I need to visit the southwest. All the taxi drivers knew what take me to the carpet shop meant. Shag pile or what? I knew you were setting one up. Well done. Dog saved after deduction. Oh, that's good. It's too good, but it's good. I feel like Proper Memes needs to land another joke. Hang on. The dog's owner got ducked over by the vet. I like it, but that's like a predictive text joke. Still, you're worth better, man. I'm saving your badum-tush for something in a second. Someone I worked with had a French bulldog. It was angry for a month. Turned out it had torsion of the testicles. The next song tonight by Torsion of the Testicles. I thought you were going to do a joke about it being a French bulldog. It was angry, just because of whatever the French are angry about. Something where they set fire to enough sheep in vans. They've got to be angry. I mean, imagine you do that because you're angry. J-Lo FaceTime. Jennifer Lopez put her best face forward. That's not a phrase. To don a skincare mask from her J-Lo beauty brand. Now, firstly, best foot forward. You only have one face. Secondly, I don't know if that's J-Lo. I'm not falling for that again. The actress and the singer, 57, could be anyone. Literally could be someone straight out of the hospital. Shared the snap through her company's Instagram page. It said, midweek reset. J-Lo knows the feeling. Her head's massive in comparison to mine. That's better. I'm not... Why don't... You know how we showed you previously you can get those masks that have like Jason Statham's face on? She's J-Lo. She could have bought one that has her face on it. Pop that on. Pop your J-Lo face on. Crack on about your day. You'd have lovely clear pores, and yet you wouldn't have any of this. I tell you, he's got clear pores as well. That dog. Somebody stop her. Yeah, you can't, because she can walk past facial recognition things like this. She's on her way to one of their protests. Was Cowgirl known as Underlay? Hang on, Proper Means must be coming. Sounds like most Frenchmen I know. Not a joke. No, it's not a joke, is it? It's not a joke. It's not a joke for the dog. It's true about the carpet shop brothel. Carpet shop. Next song tonight. This is carpet shop brothel. I've slowly gone from John Peel. It's getting slightly more Parkinson, isn't it? Well, let's get to know a successful actor, successful singer. Would you please welcome Carpet Shop Brothel? Is it being French? It is, yeah. Deputy Head. Barely knew it. What? Somebody stop it. Jay, no. More like, says Martin. Thank you. Jenny in the smock. Joodle says Martin. I read it in an exaggerated accent too. Martin. Jay, no. More like. Alan says, if I were J-Lo, I would have Lilo Lil as the face thing. If you were J-Lo, I'm not sure you'd have had the same career. People would believe that you're from the block because it was a bit of a stretch when she was like, oh, yeah, I'm still from the block. Look at you. You've got a face beauty range where you Tipp-Ex your face. Did you pop in for a long shag? I've got nothing on that one. Yes, all the older kids knew about it. I just feel sorry for whoever bought a carpet afterwards. Oh, we've had a new carpet in the front room. There are already some stains. Don't know how they got there. J Lo Limo Lil. What? Yes, you're right, Martin. I agree. Vortan, he missed the best bit of that comment. What did I do? Jude Vortan. All the kids knew about it. Must be higher than that. Higher than that. Missed it. It's not on there. Damn it. Missed it by that much. What do we normally do? Before we head on, we can definitely do some of this. Someone's put cake on me buttons.
Here are the plugs where you
Taste of Middlesbrough.
see,
I know I've smudged it. Smudged it.
this way.
Meanwhile, it's time to see where you could see me perform this weekend. Given that it's rather late on a Saturday, it's a short one today, but plugs. Tomorrow morning, I'll be on GB News at 6 a.m, which means I'm off to get some sleep very shortly, if you don't mind. And I'll be chatting through the news until, I don't know, 9 or 10, whenever it goes on to. And that's it. Really should have had a gig tonight. That did not happen. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, before we go as well, we do have to get rid of that. Before we go, I do have a quick update, if you don't mind, on Temu Shopping with Steve. Just because, if you don't know what we've been doing on Temu Shopping with Steve, I have been showing you the funny things the algorithm suggests, but by clicking on them, on the worst ones, taking a screenshot, the app is going like, he's really into this weird stuff, isn't he? So, where is it? Which one does it?
Temu Shopping with Steve and Alan. Join the fun, shop with everyone.
We are the Borg. Resistance is futile.
So you could go to kofi.com/Mr. Stephen Allen, throw me a pound, and I could spend it on things like this. Remember last time there was a weird picture of a cat on a t-shirt with a phrase that didn't make any sense? They really think I'm into that now. I could buy this t-shirt of a photocopied cat with ibuprofen. Vintage. It's not vintage. When was ibuprofen invented? You're on it now. I would ask the speaker, but you see how she cuts me off. 1961 in Nottingham by Stuart Adams and John Nicholson. While working at Boots the Chemist, was originally sold as Brufen. Interesting. So they started... they were playing the pronoun game back then. It was Brufen and now ibuprofen. If you want a vintage, funny ibuprofen cat graphic t-shirt, humor fashion t-shirt, casual t-shirt, woe clothing, Harajuku, this is where you can go. Or would I like to buy... You see what I mean? The algorithm thinks I keep clicking on the wrong stuff. I could get this little ornament just because I've got the cake. I've got Colin. It doesn't mean... Look. Just because I've got Colin does not mean the next step in the obvious move is to go from a candle to that thing. That's not the same as a candle. You don't shove that. I suppose you can blow them. Well, anyway, the point is they're not necessarily the same, and I do not want something that says positive penis. I may be tiny, but I believe in you. Go do your thing. Again, look at this. Part of their back to school range. Or would I like to buy... Oh, actually, that's not bad. This is a View Ring, not what you're thinking. High-frequency glasses cleaner, one-piece wireless multi-purpose cleaning. And I was thinking, how does it know that I need glasses cleaning? I don't wear glasses. It's the flipping Temu app or AliExpress, whatever. It knows I keep buying these things as props. It's the only thing that knows, like Vision Express thinks I don't need them. Or would I like to buy this? Now, here's the problem. The algorithm does go rather adult with me. And I saw that and I thought, why are they... That's something to cram up the old Middlesbrough pocket, isn't it? Blowing super strong air dust blower mini pump cleaner for camera lens cleaning, mobile phone, tablet circuits clean. Is it though? I'm not an expert, and I always say something about never put anything up there without a flared bottom. Say what? I ruined those trousers. But I don't cram it up there. This is the problem though, because I keep clicking on the app, and everything it shows me, I keep thinking that's to shove up your bum, isn't it? And then it showed me this. Muscle relaxation massage stick, smooth, thornless, Meridia, acupoint tool for full body stress relief post exercise. And this is good because whenever I exercise, I do get a little bit of Meridia acupuncture stress. And I think, oh, you know what, it'd do me the world of good. A full body stress relief with that. Are you sure that's not a self-defense thing? You know, you can buy that tactical stuff. So if you're walking home at night on your own. I don't know what this app thinks of me, but I'm happy it's got a thing you can put around your wrist so it's tethered so you never lose it. What the good God is going on with that? Ems, geez, you don't want thorns. He thought Annie Lennox was moaning. There is worse place than your side. I prefer my massage sticks with thorns, the way that Jesus had them. Colin's cousin Dick. Yeah, hope Colin is okay with the layer cake. Penis positivity is better than an innie. What? Says Jules. Is he wearing a turtleneck? I don't want to have to explain all that to you. Have you not seen one in a while? Anything's a sex toy. It is, if you're brave enough. Douche. How dare you, Paul? Don't speak French to me on this channel. Brit says, it's to get your cake crumbs off your buttons. Well, that explains, because it's my own fault. Look at it. I'm going to absolutely go at that as soon as this show's over. Get a good night, Kip Steve, says Alan. Thanks. I'm on, tomorrow morning. I'll be up early. I'll sleep tomorrow in the day as well. Massage, says Paul. Thank you for offering. Post-exercise, you mean I can mail order the exercise? And it'll be delivered to you within 28 days. The anonymous ball is for what? Scale? On the thing, I guess so. Feeling thorny. What do we think the Chinese was translated from? Oh, is that what it is? Muscle relaxation massage stick. Smooth, thornless, meridia. That's your meridial. That's the nerve, isn't it? Like ASMR. It's the nerve in the ASMR thing. Autonomic sensory meridian response. I don't think you needed that. At least it has a retrieval handle. Yes, yeah. And the handle disappears, never to be seen again. Until you cough at the wrong time. Take someone's eye out. Alan says, hi, yeah. Is that the sound they make in the brothel? Hiya. What would Jesus do? Probably not use that, I'd imagine. I don't know. I mean, technically, Jesus had 2 more holes than the rest of us. So, at the end, spoiler alert. Sorry. I prefer thorns in my berries. Oh, just as Emily would want them. Oh, Kermit. Oh, it's the one thing worse. The anonymous ball is a formal dance for strangers. I think I've been asked to perform at it. Steve would like Chinese numbers. They are totally logically named. I like the, yeah. No, I've studied Chinese numbers. They seem logically named. I've studied 19, chicken fried rice. The joke goes on like that. Take someone's eye out on the bus. Yeah. Sorry. That's not the bare necessities, is it? I've got this far with that one. Martin, I thought it was for alcoholics. Well, thank you very much for watching. I think we've covered all the main bases there. And I've enjoyed it. Hopefully you have as well. 3 holes, both hands on the side. All right, good point, well made. I thought it was. I always get confused between Jesus and Annie Lennox because, fun fact, both Capricorns. Go and feel free to look it up. As if I would lie to you on a show like this. Thank you very much for watching. There should be, I don't know. We're going to do as many as we can next week. Whichever one we miss in the day, we catch up for later. Someone's liked my story on Insta. And I got a Facebook message as well. Sorry, what was I doing? I was telling you next week, tomorrow, I'm on that there telly thing. On Monday, the kid goes swimming. On Tuesday, I can't. Sorry, it's going to be a nighttime one. That wasn't going to be, it's going to be awkward to get it back. It's because I'm at the dentist. Then Wednesday, I'm recording Plank of the Week and GB News at the Night. Thursday, I can do one. I can do a midday one on Thursday. Friday, no, we'll end up doing some weekend stuff. Thank you very much for all of it. If you'd like to keep and support whatever this is, I don't know why you would do, but you can go to kofi.com/Mr. Stephen Allen, lob a quid in my general direction to keep this going. At some point when we have the funds, not only am I trying to buy a hair transplant, I could probably do with buying one of these that's actually in tune. It's not from Temu, but there you go. That's the thing. I bought this off Temu, and now I know what the app wants me to do with it. Shove it up the... Well, anyway, we're just about run out of time. Thank you very much for doing all you've been doing, and until next time, bye.
Here comes the news with a twist and a grin. Stephen Allen diving in again.
Britain is in the grip of a promising epidemic caused by nauseating TV adverts.
He'll hit your brain like a lightning spark. Stephen Allen,
on slavery.
almost daily,
Investigating
laughs and facts, served up plainly. Your dose of wit is never shady. Stephen Allen, almost daily.
I was trying to get a full massage out of this.